The phone was vibrating on the glass table in front of me. Not ringing, vibrating. A long, angry buzz like it already knew the voice on the other end wasn't calling to talk, but to accuse. I stared at the screen. Sister. Incoming call. I let it ring twice, 3 times. Then I swiped. Before I could say a word, her voice exploded through the speaker. You ruined my life. I didn't answer. I just listened as her breath shook with rage. You got me fired. Do you understand that? Fired. I have kids to feed. You didn't just hurt me. You destroyed my whole family. Her words slammed into me like stones, but they didn't bruise. Not this time. Because deep inside, I already knew the truth. I didn't set this fire. She did. And she forgot I was standing close enough to feel the heat. Fade to black. I work in hospital administration. Not glamorous, not dramatic, unless you count the quiet wars fought in office hallways. Schedules, PTO approvals, staffing charts, budget meetings that feel like interrogations. My sister works in the same department, just a different unit. Same regional director, different immediate supervisors, same office politics, different levels of entitlement. She's 29, I'm 26. She has 2 kids, I have none. That last detail, my family treats like a moral flaw. My sister, Michelle, walks through life with one belief carved deep into her bones. I'm a mom, therefore I'm more important. Most of the time, I ignored it. Let her take the last slice of cake at family dinners, let her dump her kids on me when she was too tired, let her win arguments because peace was easier than being right. But some things you don't get to take, and my vacation was one of them. 3 months earlier, I submitted my PTO request for Thanksgiving week. I was planning to visit my boyfriend's family in Oregon, a 6-hour drive, nothing dramatic, but important to me. I submitted it early, it got approved early. Everything was set. Then, 2 weeks before my vacation, Michelle walked into my office. She wasn't smiling. She was performing. She leaned against my doorframe with that fake sweet voice she uses when she wants something. Hey, so I know you have that week off, but I really need it. We're taking the kids to Disney and it's already paid for. I looked up, surprised. Wait, you want my PTO week? She nodded, still smiling like she was on a commercial for toothpaste. Right, so you'll switch with me. Easy. I shook my head. No, Michelle, I already planned this. It's approved. She dropped the sweet act instantly. Her face hardened. You don't even have kids. She said it the way someone might say, you don't even have a soul. You don't deserve time off. I have a family. You're just being selfish. Selfish. The word stung. She threw it like a knife, assuming I'd flinch. But I was tired of playing the weak sister. That's not my problem, I said calmly. You should have planned better. That was the moment she declared war. Michelle sprinted to HR like she had a backstage pass, and unfortunately, HR loved her, not because she was good at her job, but because she was a mother. Our HR rep, Linda, mid-40s, polite smile, mom of 3, always talked about working parents with a kind of righteous glow. I got called into her office. She didn't even hide the bias. You should be understanding, she said, tilting her head like she was speaking to a stubborn child. Family helps family. I explained my plans were already paid for, non-refundable. Her reply? Well, she has children and you don't. Can't you just reschedule? The way she said children, you'd think Michelle had personally birthed the cure to cancer. I said no, firmly. Linda sighed like I'd disappointed the whole village. The next day, my PTO was denied. Michelle's? Approved. Reason given? Staffing needs. Everyone knew. Everyone. Michelle texted me that night. Thanks for finally doing the right thing. Maybe when you grow up and have real responsibilities, you'll understand. Grow up. Right. That night, a quiet anger settled in me. Not loud, not explosive. Cold. Clear. A kind of anger that doesn't scream. It calculates. Thanksgiving week arrived. I showed up to work like normal, coffee in hand, ID badge around my neck, a smile that didn't reach my eyes. Michelle? She was on a plane to Florida, but she had told her supervisor we switched weeks, so technically she was supposed to be covering my shift. At 8:15 a.m., her supervisor walked by. "Have you seen Michelle? She's scheduled in your unit today." I blinked, innocently. Really? I thought she was here. Calls were made, no answer. Emails were sent, no reply. But Michelle had a plan, a stupid, arrogant plan. She clocked in remotely from the airport using the mobile app, clocked in again the next morning, this time from Disney World, because in her mind, as long as the system says I'm clocked in, I'm safe. But systems have layers, and Michelle understood exactly one. The surf. That week, everything fell apart. A major system update went wrong, charts froze, patient portals crashed, the scheduling system started duplicating shifts like it had a mind of its own. Everyone was working overtime, and I was right there, hour after hour, logging everything. 14-hour days, night after night of cold takeout and flickering fluorescent lights. Every meeting, I was in it. Every emergency call, I answered. Every crisis email, I replied. And the digital footprint was undeniable. My login, my badge scans, my emails, my IP address, my work. Meanwhile, Michelle had a clock-in stamp and photos of churros on Instagram. Friday morning, payroll sent an alert. 2 employees, 2 conflicting schedules, 2 opposite locations. 1 working 62 hours of overtime, 1 working 0 minutes beyond clock-ins. The payroll manager requested security logs, then badge scans, then system activity, and the nail in the coffin, the location data from the mobile clock-in app. Michelle had clocked in on-site from Orlando International Airport, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and a resort hotel pool. The system didn't lie. Not about Florida, not about fraud, not about time theft, a literal felony in our state. Someone asked me quietly, "Did you know she wasn't there?" I kept my voice soft. I assumed she handled her own schedule. Not a lie, not the whole truth, just enough. Michelle walked into work the next Monday, glowing like she'd discovered inner peace. New tan, new nails, new Minnie Mouse sweatshirt. She was excited, almost vibrating for her promotion interview. She had already told the family, "This job's in the bag. They love me." But instead of being escorted to the regional office, security led her to HR. Not to Linda, to the HR director. A very different woman. No smiles, no favoritism, no tolerance for fraud. I wasn't there, but I've heard enough to paint the scene like a movie. Michelle sits down, laughing nervously. "Is this about the PTO thing? Because that was all sorted and—" The director slides a folder across the table. "We need to discuss your timesheets." Michelle swallows, flips the first page. It's her clock-ins. Second page, badge logs, blank. Third page, system activity, blank. Fourth page, my badge logs, full. Fifth page, location data, Florida, the whole week. Michelle stares at it all. Her face drains of color. Her voice cracks. "This is just a misunderstanding. My sister, she must have—" But the director cuts her off. "Your sister worked 62 hours. You worked none." Michelle tries again. "She was supposed to cover for me. She knew." The director's voice remains ice. Your sister was scheduled off. You were scheduled on. You clocked in fraudulently every single day of that week. Her hands start shaking. Wait, please, I can explain. I have kids. I need this job. But time theft isn't softened by tears, or motherhood, or entitlement. 3 days later, they fired her. Escorted out, box in hand, security following. Not because of me. When she called me screaming, "You ruined my life. You destroyed my family. You did this on purpose." I didn't yell back. I simply said, "I came to work. You clocked in from Disney World." She screamed louder, accused harder, blamed deeper, because people like her, they don't take responsibility. They assign it. My parents called me to the house like they were staging an intervention. My mom's eyes were already red. My dad didn't even say hello. He went straight into accusation mode. You couldn't just be the bigger person. You knew they'd fire her if they found out. I stared at him. So I should have lied? Protected fraud? My mom cried harder. She has kids. There it was again. The universal excuse. The holy shield. The reason she gets to hurt others and walk away clean. Kids. My father's voice rose. Your sister is struggling to find work now. She has to tell employers she was fired. How could you let that happen? I let out a slow, heavy breath. She did this, not me. My parents exchanged a look. A disappointed, judgmental, heavy look. And in that moment, something inside me cracked. Not loudly, soft, quiet, like a string breaking on a violin, the sound only you can hear. Later that night, my sister's husband sent me a text, a long one, pages long. He said I destroyed their lives, said I was jealous, said I wanted to sabotage her career. The last line read, "You didn't punish her. You punished her children." I stared at that message for a long, long time. Then I typed one sentence back. Their mother punished them, not me. I hit send and closed the conversation forever. I think about that week often. The long nights, the cold office air, the blue light from the computer screens, the exhaustion, but also the clarity. I used to think family loyalty meant protecting them even when they were wrong, but now I see it differently. Loyalty isn't blind. Love isn't obedience. Family isn't immunity from consequences. Michelle wanted my vacation. She wanted my time. She wanted my silence. And when she stole all three, she expected me to bow. But I didn't. Not out of revenge, out of self-respect. Sometimes late at night, I still hear my mom's voice. She has kids, as if motherhood is a shield against every mistake, as if being childless makes you less deserving of everything. But here's the truth. I wasn't wrong. I didn't sabotage her. I didn't expose her. I didn't report her. I simply didn't lie for her. And sometimes, not lying is enough to reveal everything. Life has a way of showing us the truth, not with lightning, not with noise, but with quiet, unshakable clarity. Sometimes karma doesn't need your help, it just needs space to work. If you enjoyed this story and want more real, emotional Reddit true stories, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Until next time, stay kind, stay aware, and stay true to yourself.